Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's stand on a ladder together. I guess.
Yay!
Let's replace the door, I think.
Okay, because I was going to ask you.
I know where that is, at least. I don't
right.
know which weeds we're talking about, because we've already done a lot of weed clearing around here.
Uh-huh, no kidding. I suppose we could stand to replace the door.
I mean, I won't sit down about it.
Haha.
You know what they say.
Don't say. What do they say?
I don't know what they say, so... Oh, I don't actually know. I thought maybe you'd have something for this. That's really cute. Well, you know what they say, and then Regina fills it in, and then it's like, yeah, that's what they say!
Brilliant! Woo!
You know what? I don't know if I've ever done that, but that's kind of really charming.
It's really cute.
It was very cute. You know what they say? And just wait for the other person to fill it in.
And the other person goes, nope.
No, I don't. What do they say? Oh, well, me neither.
I didn't get this far in my head. Sorry.
You know, I just assumed you would know.
Come on, nerd, help me put it up.
Nerd.
Yeah,
What? Nerd. What? Huh? I've been called out from the Arcana. This is why we reference our games across our games, because the games reference them themselves. Honestly.
Oh, that's disappointing that it goes up there. I think the green door
is too tall.
Yeah, so you gotta go to the middle green door.
Okay, so like this one is so weird because it's like it's got the door frame and then an extra embellishment that goes over the sign.
Well, that's what I was looking at going, oh, that goes too tall.
Do that?
Like, that's disappointing that it's so tall. I would pick the middle one.
Middle one. It looks
Middle
like
green.
a nice, tavern door, so you could come down to Ricky and La Rosa's for, with your D&D party and have a good time in the Water Wheel Tavern. Somebody just like Ricky and La Rosa's Water Wheel Tavern. It's grinding grain, for the like it's grinding the hops kind of thing or whatever it is.
Right.
To make the beer or the meat or whatever. Looking good.
Hang on.
With honey. I know how to do this.
So I'm actually really confused now. I'm wondering, so did Leonardo and Arturo, were they dating?
And then, they started
huge...
a business together, and then we found out that Leonardo was like, I'm not really the business type.
No, Arturo. Uncle Arthur.
Oh, right, sorry. So then we found that Arturo, was not the business type. And he went, I know I went into business with you, but I just can't do this. Or going, you know what? I'm totally in love with a girl. I'm leaving. Whoosh!
What if that's what happened? But then I'd be like, why the dramatic gay? And then I'd be like, that's even more disappointing of,
Gay panic. Oh.
You more like gay rage, like gay vindictiveness.
Oh,
like,
the whole
why?
Mr. Rich buying it back?
Yeah, going like,
know.
I'm angry because I'm trying to get the estate back because not only did I live there and we had all these memories there, but then you left me for some woman.
There's possibly some of that, but also I'm going, okay, so... If he was living here and part of the estate was his, did he, when he took his share of the business, give the estate to Uncle Arthur? And also, when did your aunt get involved in this?
Good question.
And if this is her estate now, is that only by way of marriage?
Maybe. Well, because they said that Uncle Arthur died first, so it is hers. Because she's the only remaining, I guess, living relative.
Right.
And Leonardo was left out.
If they were, in fact, relatives?
No, not relatives, but, like, Leonardo was left out of Arthur's will.
Right.
Basically,
but I'm also
maybe
going,
sort of, like,
and
bitter
again,
in that
like,
way.
if he owned part of this property, when did he stop owning part of this property? Especially if the business was sold and given over to him.
Right.
So, when he did that, when did he stop owning part of the property?
Don't know.
Weird. All right.
Want to take a peek inside now that there's a door through which to peek? Wait, you haven't seen inside and you've replaced all the walls?
We did.
You
somehow did everything.
Kidding.
And we go in, we find out it's structurally unsound. All of her work's going to collapse. The primary beam across the top, which she didn't replace because she just did the roof on top of it, is a mess. And going, oh, well, I guess we'll have to rebuild it all again from the inside out.
From the inside out again. Anyway.
Don't mind if I do. Seems weird that we could just rebuild and refurbish the entire thing from the outside without ever touching the inside. I bet it's beautiful in there.
Probably. What about you, Grandpa?
Do you want to come in here and fall through the floor into the basement?
Because we haven't replaced the floor at all. Well, I do so love a mystery.
Is this a mystery?
I didn't know it was at all myself, to be honest.
All right, well, we get to see an interior.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that yet because we still have to clear weeds and decorate windows, or do you want to explore the mill house?
We're going to wait on exploring the mill house because that sounds very interesting.
It does.
And clearing weeds sounds less interesting. So we're going to put Grandpa back on the bench. She just goes downstairs, sits back down.
Grandpa, oh, sorry.
Lily, I know we're going to look at this, but you know what? I prefer to just hold off on the mystery for a minute. So, Grandpa, why don't you just take that seat again? You young kids and your indecisiveness walks back down the stairs, sits down again.
Boink.
This is fine.
Thanks.
Let's get rid of these weeds. Only some of those look like weeds.
Speaking of weeds, can I make an observation?
Are you going to critique my work that I did with Blaine?
Right.
When have I ever been able to stop you? Ha!
True. I'm just thinking it can't be a coincidence that Luke disappears and you go gaga for your ex.
Is this basically a rebound of a non-relationship where I saw Luke reconnect with his, ex, and I went, God, I feel really lonely, and then Blaine showed up, and I went, you know what, I'd feel less lonely if I were with him, even though I wasn't really in a relationship, so it's not really a rebound. It's sort of that, awkward loneliness and security thing he was really secure. 5 years of nothing ever changing is pretty secure.
Honestly, that is actually quite a level of security where you are literally at one level the entire time. That's sort of wild.
And there are relationships like that. It doesn't mean they're exciting, but...
Kaga!
Yeah, well, he's been gone. He's been getting all cozy with his ex, and so I decided to be like him, I guess, and model his behavior. And, Karen's been over here a lot, but I haven't seen him at all, and then I don't actually know if he's been being busy with his ex. I just saw it this one time, and then, honestly, I haven't asked him about his life. You know what? The phone rings both ways, even though I don't know if I actually have his number. I can't remember. And, he lives right next door, but I've never gone over to knock on his door the whole time. And would you stop staring at me like that, please? His
I'm
ex.
just waiting for you to just keep talking it out. It's fine. You'll figure this out eventually.
Maybe I was just following his example. Okay, actually, I want to just grab this real quick. So this isn't even going to be like a standard relationship thing like I usually go off on in this game. This is going to be about workplace equality. And by that, I mean a lot of people go, well, the other person is doing it, so why can't I do it? And one of the weirdest continual managerial struggles that I have had when I've been in management in the past was this thing of somebody going, my job is hard or challenging, and I noticed that someone else doesn't have the same standard of quality or, attention to detail that I do, and so they get to be less good at their job. How come I don't get to be less good at my job? Because I've always had very high standards for my team. And I like to think that it's not in like a putting pressure on them kind of way, but more like a taking pride in your work and trying to meet with what you feel is respectful to the customer that's buying your product kind of thing.
Right.
The stuff, but also like with the company standards of we're not going to fudge these guidelines, we're going to stick to them kind of thing. And so I always empower my staff to be capable and equipped and informed and skilled and problem solving and, teach them the stuff that, the mechanics do to the actual equipment, etc.
Right.
Anyway, when they can repair problems on their own and not have to wait for a maintenance call. But there's this thing of but they get to do it. And one of the main questions I ask them, and I've mentioned this before, is, do you want to be like them? And there's this weird sort of entitlement that I've met in, run into in a lot of people, even outside of workplaces, of but they get to hook up with someone, but they get to not go to work, but they get to skip class. And I go, okay, but do you want to be like them? And if you do, please model that behavior and don't feel vindictive or jealous or bitter or anything about it. Because I think the only reason you're feeling bitter about it is because you're but I want something different for me, but they look like they're having more fun.
Yes.
And so all right, so go to your class because you want to for you because of you and have more fun. Do both. What was it? ¿Que las dos?
You have...
Or...
¿Por qué los dos?
¿Por qué las dos?
¿Por qué los dos?
If you're jealous because you think they have it easier, then either decide to make things easier on yourself, decide that it's okay for you to do what they're doing, which doesn't always work in a workplace but can work in real life, or just stop trying to model them. They're not a good role model. Let it go.
Or realize you have two hands.
I can do both. I can have fun and have my own priorities that are not their priorities. Because again, people who don't find it to be a personal internal conflict usually just model the other person. They don't whine of how come they get to. That suggests moral conflict internally because you're asking for someone else's permission to basically do something less than what you feel obligated to.
Yes.
As it were. All right, so that's my thing on that. Maybe I was just following his example. You mean your perceived experience of what you think he was doing without interacting with it at all. So you got 2 layers of interpretation of I see something, interpret what I think is happening, decide that he's doing the thing that I think is happening, and then I model what I've interpreted.
Yep.
It's a lot of layers of removal.
Isn't that a lot of levels of, though, like, entitlement and just, yeah, like, that just kills me completely.
There's also this thing that happens sometimes where people go, I'm doing what I think they want me to do, which is another version of, like, that sort of separation.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're going, why isn't this person or experience happy / working out? Because I'm doing what I think they want me doing. Okay, but why do you think they want you to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because they've told you that's what they want? Or is it because you're interpreting what you think they want and then trying to, display it or demonstrate it to, in your actions, which is levels of separation kind of thing. Anyway, communication's important.
Yes.
All right, following his example. Weeds!
Weeds? Yeah.
Right.
Let's do some weeds. It's fine.
Hi, weeds. A bunch of weeds later. Hey, look, there's some weed in here. Oh.
Hey, look, it looks like we got the weed out.
Looks like it might have, just snuck off from, Aunt Mary's old greenhouse.
Oh my God, they have cups of tea? Where did that come? What? Well, here's to plucking that weed anyway. Because Blaine's a weed.
I know, but where did we also going, pulling that weed if you got that out of your system?
Except...
I don't think you're going to get it into your system again.
Except for the fact that weeds grow back sometimes, so you really got to watch yourself and also be aware, which is why we encourage being mindful, because guess what? You could end up right back in the same exact cycle you thought that you were completely out of.
And also go, but it's different this time, because it's not literally the identical thing that happened before.
God, I hate that one. I am so bad about doing that, so I always have this reputation for people who be like, wow, you really learned not to do that exact thing again. The problem is that you went a degree to the left, and it's 1 degree, and you did the exact thing, except I did it with the blue stuff rather than the green stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. So I am one of those people that does not usually make the same mistake twice. However, given all the variations in reality, it's hard to make the same mistake twice, literally.
It's true.
So there are other variables involved, but it's fine. Another story. Where the hell did they get these cups from?
They were suddenly abruptly poof there.
We found them in the weeds.
Uh-huh.
And then we just filled them with the water from the river. And now we're toasting each other. This is so non sequitur. This doesn't fit in with anything we've had animation-wise so far. Like, I have no memory of them completing something and then just having other unrelated props. Like, I think this is the first example.
Actually, at one other point, I think there was one time. It's definitely earlier on, but hell, I swear I remember something about mugs and it was weird.
Okay. I thought it was actually prepared for or something like that. But anyway, I don't know. And salting the earth so that nothing may grow there again.
Yes! Commit murder! Hardcore, babe.
Hi. The salt is real.
Yes.
I can be hardcore. I'm edgy. I'm a new woman. I have rebuilt myself.
I am angst.
I'm a glamatron.
Uh-huh. I am a glamatron. I am a glamatron. Anyway.
Uh-huh. Are we going to get rid of the moss now?
Decorate
Clear algae!
Oh, okay. Not in the window.
Goodbye, pond scum!
Yes! Be gone, scum!
Scum of the earth! Be gone!
Scum of the water.
Oh, sorry, scum of the water. Gosh! I knew my life was missing something. It's been literal days since I've cleaned up slimy and gross and squishy and stringy algae.
It sounds like you do not have enough fish in your particular areas, because
your
fish
ecosystem
actually help.
A lot of fish do eat algae, and it's very good.
Yes. It's nice to know. It's nice that you know what you need to fulfill.
I do love the metaphors here. Like this whole section. It's the metaphor mill.
It kind of is.
It's the water metaphor.
It's the meta mill.
The meta mill, yes! We're just gonna go work in the meta mill area. It's fine.
I love that. I'm sorry. That's so good.
You know what? You know what I like? I like knowing that you're here watching with us, I say to you, viewer, and that when we laugh our butts off, sometimes I can feel the comedy being effective and going, and you laugh too, and it's so good.
It's really nice,
and we do love when you guys come in with comments, and you're like, I laughed so hard, I choked on my coffee, I just about snorted, it was amazing. We love those things so much, because it's really fun to know that you laughed at the same time we did, and we're like, vindicated, it's so good.
Yes, we're not just laughing at each other.
That too, but it's just fun to know you contributed something really positive and enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a good time, because that's what we're here for, Dave.
I totally know what I need to be fulfilled. Wisdom of my many years. Come on, rake up the algae and be fulfilled with me. We've invited Regina to be fulfilled with us. This is it. The big, great fulfilling.
Yes, the fulfillment.
I
like to rake it. I like to rake it. You like to rake it! Hey! Lots of algae raking later.
I like to rake it.
You like to rake it.
We like to
rake it!
Oh my god. So many of these songs, I'm like, I cannot catch onto that song as fast as they do the dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
And so while the animations do take time, I wish sometimes they'd let the little speech bubbles sit there a little bit longer.
Yes.
So you had a little bit more time to sort of catch the beat.
No kidding.
Oh boy! We did it! I mean, the rocks still haven't experience, but it's alright. The water looks very pretty.
Feeling fulfilled?
Aren't you? I mean, my compost bin's feeling fulfilled.
I am covered in green.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sorry you fell in that one time, but, you know.
It was funny, but still.
Sure, let's go with that. I am completely fulfilled. Plant flowers. We get a lot of random stuff. All right, so decorating the windows. We're going to make this thing spotlessly beautiful before we go inside there and find out this Nancy Drew mystery.
No kidding.
It's fine. That's it.
We came back.
Boring.
The ladder's there.
Windows. I know, we just put the ladder. Lily grabs the ladder, marches straight through the water up to her calves, taps it down, bug, climbs up to yell at the window. You, window, I've had enough of you. Regina, I just put that window in. Nope, up to here with this window. Stands up on the last rung of the ladder, puts her hand up above her head, up to here with this window.
And then there's Superman, and he comes up and he goes, you know what, I have had it up to, and he flies all the way up. Here, with you.
That's
the comic
it.
is so good.
What's it? This window. I can stare at these plain windows no longer. I'm going to crap on your work that I chose. Henceforth I shall decorate them to my heart's content, with no money, no support, and no resources. Poof! They will be there.
Patron. Oh my god. You always forget about me.
And then they will be there. Like sitting on a lily pad and praying to the wind. It will just come forth from the woodwork, and the gods will have taken care of my needs.
Okay.
And if you didn't get that lily pad reference, there's literally an episode in Okami, and if you just want to do the one episode, that is Amaterasu's fairy service. And it's literally people just talking to the air, going, I need some way to get from this part of the canal to another. What if anything that floats appears, and a lily pad appears because we make one. And then they go, and they sit on it and go, dear, this will work perfect. It's amazing. It's just exactly what I need. Now if it could just get me there somehow, just some prayer, some thought, some urge of mine will just propel it to get me there. And you're just like, I am literally a god standing here, and fine, I'll just summon the wind and blow you over. It's
I guess
fine.
I'll help you, Gregory.
And then just like, wow, wind from nowhere that I just believed would happen. Thank you.
And a couple of them,
you're so good.
I love it where a couple of them go, Mr. Lilypad, thank you so much. And you're like, really?
I'm
the
standing
dog,
right here.
The wolf that literally gets on the lily pad with you, this white wolf that just stands there, angles around once in a while, and the wind blows every once in a while, and it looks around like trying to figure stuff out. Once in a while starts irritatedly growling. You know,
they're just like, Lilypad, you are the best. You have brought me here through unknown,
magical
sources. By will of my own enthusiasm to arrive here has propelled you. Ami's sitting there, and so I am chopped liver.
Screw me, I guess. Okay.
You did select those windows, Lily. That is not a window decoration.
That is not.
That is a window decoration.
And that is a window
decoration. And that is a window decoration. I'm like, this one is not a window decoration.
No,
literally.
but that's very cute.
Also, that windowsill is not wide enough for those
I love
pots
the draperies.
at all. Okay, so this is the bottom of the window. 2 layers of it, right?
No.
There's a teeny tiny little windowsill. When you put these on it in front of her hands, they take over the edge of the base of the window.
Oh, yeah.
So they would be tilted sideways over 3 layers of wood.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm window boxes. Pap, bye. You have to build those in and not use the sills. Done. Forsooth, good windows! I am vindicated.
Yeah, I get it. Old-timey talk.
Right. It's okay.
Did someone call me?
Are we going into the mill yet?
Grandpa.
How about now? Huh?
I'm so excited.
Are you Mr. Forsooth?
No, Grandpa.
Oh, he is the old-timey talk.
He is the old-timey talk. Oh, I'll just sit back down then. Huh.
Because
Excuse me.
I was picturing that little shimmy he did. Did you see that little wiggly shimmy? There it is.
La 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 la
Ah,
la
not
la.
even.
I think that's him giggling.
It's very charming.
He's like Santa Claus. All right, well then, in the next one, I suppose we're going to be decorating porches and planting flowers unless something else pops up.
Exploring the mill house.
Yes!
All
Mill
right.
house somewhere going, what?
What? I know. I always think that every time someone says Millhouse, I think of Millhouse from The Simpsons, and I'm just like, why can I not put that association down?
Oh, because it's been years, probably. So, thank you very much, guys, though, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below.
Yep.
Please also feel free then to share our videos if something made you laugh or have a good time. Because that is what we are here for.
Woo.
So, other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!